You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going at and turn it back around. Can't stop me.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Psychic Call Shop. I'm Aeson Knight, and with me tonight is Dr. and Master Shaw back again. How are you, hon? How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, you've been busy since over the last year. You were doing the Tao calligraphy, and you have a lovely book out on it.
Yes,
And you've been
and
up to something else. I understand that you're a little songbird.
okay. No, thank you so much. This Saturday on July 16, I will do a scientific summit with Deepak Chopra, Irvin Laszlo, Dr. Rulin. Four of us will be Toronto time from 12 to 5 hours, called Tapping the Source. I teach Tao because I in China come from the Tao realm, and I study Taoism, Buddhism, Confucianism. China have three culture. I study Western medicine as an MD, a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncturist. Now this is I will teach the Tao. It's not the religion. Tao is the source. Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching, meaning people know Tao Te Ching, author of Lao Tzu. All university offer Lao Tzu as an ancient sage and philosopher. Then Deepak Chopra, Irvin Laszlo will talk about their wisdom, ancient wisdom, modern science. Ruling is quantum physics. We wrote a book called Tao Science. So I'm going to explain for this. That is this weekend.
Right. Now, this weekend with Dr. Deepak Chopra, how's it like working with him?
How do you work with how did I didn't hear you, sorry?
How do you like working with Deepak?
Oh, very good. I'm very honored. And the Deepak Chopra and also the Irvin Laszlo, Deepak Chopra recently tried to write a book about 100 issues that the science cannot answer. he want to give his insight. So it's very fascinating. And we have summit together, discuss, everybody share our insight. And for me, I'm going to share calligraphy. And I think during your interview, I can go to my table. I can create one. That's be offer blessing to everybody. Then people, I feel something. Well, come to the weekend.
Exactly. I think that would be lovely. You were on last time with your board, and it was just gorgeous then. Now, with Taoism, because this word Tao has popped up a number of times in the United States history. What is it? It's not a religion. It's more what? Spiritualism.
Okay. Tao. I just want to explain. The good you give me. I just need about 2 to 3 minutes to explain.
Take your time.
So there's Lao Tzu. Good. I have to看. Lao Tzu talk about the Tao. Tao Te Ching. Tao Te Ching is all the university philosophy department. Lao Tzu give the concept. Tao is the ultimate source and creator. So therefore, this weekend is called Tapping the Source. Tao, Lao Tzu said, create one. So what is one? One is a blurred condition. Within oneness, there are two kinds of energy. People know energy. One is like this. One is called qing qi. Qi means energy. People know qing qi. Clean energy. So another one is this we call disturbed energy. So these two energy mixed, they were not separate for eons, billions years. Then they wait for the time coming called qi transformation. Then the clean qi rises to form the heaven. Then the disturbed qi fall down to form the Mother Earth. So therefore, one creates two. Two is heaven and Mother Earth. Then two creates three. This three is this oneness, blurred condition, plus heaven earth is in three. Three creates one wu. One means 10,000, wu means sense. So one wu, Mother Earth is one planet. There are planet countless. In Chinese, one means 10,000, represent infinity. So therefore, this is in modern science, we talk Big Bang, bang, Big Bang, everything happened, and how universe created. But this is different. This is ancient wisdom, and the Tao is emptiness. Tao, Lao Tzu Tao Te Ching, first chapter said the Tao cannot be explained by word. Now you ask me what's Tao? Lao Tzu tried to explain Tao, but in Lao Tzu, the 81 chapter, first chapter, the first two phrases, Dao ke Dao, Fei Chang Dao. That means Dao cannot be explained by word, cannot be comprehended by thought. So even Lao Tzu tried to explain to Dao. But you ask me what's Dao? Okay, Dao is the ultimate source, cannot be explained by words, cannot be comprehended by thought. So the Dao, also the key important here is from here, Dao creates one. This one is called Wu word. Wu word, word. So therefore, heaven, earth, we live here. Heaven, earth, yang and yin word is called Yu word. Yu word. What the difference here is because we have time. 9:38, beyond, beyond, beyond second. We have image. You can hear me sound. People see our images. But here, there's time, space, yin yang, sound, image, thought, human thought. Here, nothing. No yin yang, no image, emptiness. So therefore, but it's a creator. It create everything here. So the calligraphy now, calligraphy art, we can see. I wrote the calligraphy, but the Tao calligraphy is Tao calligraphy. This is this invisible power in the calligraphy. Therefore, recently we have quite a few and the documentary. We did the research for 600 medical data, hard data, blood testing, ultrasound. For I give example, one lawyer has liver cancer, from breast cancer to the liver. 80% the liver are covered by cancer. 80%. And he went everywhere. Oh, just really hard touching. And he went to United States, many countries, top expert. And it's because everybody, I just tried. I'm in the same studios. I wrote the calligraphy. I wrote, for example, I wrote the calligraphy. This is Dao Guang, Dao Light. When I wrote it, the heavens, the source put the power. Then I was given abilities from here, this portal. Transmission from here to Netherlands, remotely bound transmission, a light bulb come to her. 2 months later, this cancer become a small dot. Then 9 months later disappear. This lawyer is real. Oh, she said a very clear documentary. I could not believe Dao calligraphy art has saved my life. And just Dao calligraphy, because she was in too late stage, nothing she can do.
Right.
So there are so many. There's also people can go to Facebook and drsha.com, YouTube. This story is already there. And very hard touching. Dao calligraphy, that's Dao. Dao is the source, calligraphy is the art. So this art can see, can touch, Dao cannot. So therefore, if I wrote the calligraphy, I put the power inside. Like today, I will when your time ready, after a few questions, I go to write it. I go to offer the blessing because when people say, "Whoa, I feel it." Okay, welcome you. This weekend. Yeah.
You can go this weekend and really get into that. Or you've got the book out, which is an easy read. Now you have a new one out, but the original Tao calligraphy one you had out, it's a lovely reading to be done over. It took me about a weekend to get through. I do have to pick your brain though.
Yes.
Where in the Chinese medicine side of you does the Tao calligraphy hit?
Okay. traditional Chinese medicine, the most important theory is yin yang, yin yang balance. For example, the back side is yang, front side is yin, upper part is yang, lower part is yin. So therefore, any sickness, every organ has yin and yang, yin yang in balance, and also 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, mantle, water. Many people know liver, wood; heart, fire; spleen and is earth; lung is metal, and the kidney is water. So wood, fire, earth, mantle, water; wood, liver, heart, spleen, lung, kidney. It's very complicated, but this is the theory: 5 elements in balance, yin yang in balance. Because why I shared here, I shared heaven, earth, yin and yang. Here, human beings here, human being are here, human being, our human being, human beings here in this layer, human being, Ren, R-E-N. So therefore, why calligraphy, how it works? Because this is a source power, and it comes down to the human being. Here is purest light. Here we have blockages. Now in my book, this book I shared me and also and Aeson mission is called Dao Calligraphy book. It's my first one. Just by also this weekend with Deepak Chopra, and later next weekend, July 22, I offer a free event for my first international Dao Sang healing concert. So therefore today, very fascinating, and we can talk about a little bit. They give me information. I cannot remember the name. I think the person is like Princess Isabel Kabuta.
Yeah, Kabuta, and Queen Diane of Congo will be there.
Yes.
And you know, they're both very famous opera singers.
Yeah.
But how did he start this? Because this started out of a session with somebody, didn't it?
Who also the and I think the Princess Isabel is singing with Placido Domingo. They sing together. She's very renowned. We are honored. We invite her. She come. Her sister is the queen. They call queen. Queen is like a Queen Diane B of the Congo. So they are real sisters.
Cool.
Therefore, I'm going to, and also let me share. Aeson, can I share the story in New York with Rebirth Flag? I have personal story with Rebirth.
Yeah.
Thank you. Rebirth Flag. By the way, Rebirth Flag. I wrote the book called Dao Sang and the Dao Dance. Remember, I explained what's the Dao, the source. Everybody knows Sang. There's so many singing, but Dao Sang is unique. It's a soul voice. But people talk about body, mind, spirit. For example, one day I was in Europe, in Norway. A famous world-renowned opera singer. Every night, 1,000 or 2,000 hall packed every night, every session. Then she come to learn from the Dao Sang. Then I teach her how to bring her soul voice, and just brings out. She said, "Master Sha, soul voice is not beautiful. This is not beautiful." You know what I said? I said, patient. I continue to teach half hour. Wow. Her singing just blow everybody away. You know why? Because she's opera singer. Her voice, opera singer. That's their music tones. But the Dao Sang is a free tone. Your soul singing. I give Rebirth Flag. I give Rebirth Flag healing, and I sing it. Rebirth Flag said, "Master Sha, Dr. Sha, who taught you the singing?" I said, "God." She said, "God?" I said, "Yes, God," because I have no teacher. It's heaven, God. And she said, "What God taught you? Teach what did God teach you?" I said, "God teaching me to sing from the lower abdomen, the genital area." And she, whoa, she's fascinated. She said, "Wow." When I was in a teenager, I have the sound coach. voice coach, and the coach asked her, "Where's the vocal cord?"
Mm-hmm.
Here, we know. The coach said, "No, no, no. The true vocal cord is in the genitals, genital area, especially."
Right.
And she said, "In my whole life, I've never heard a second time. So from me." Then I've seen, she said, "Master Sha, you should sing with, you know the what's the name of the
Um,
transition? What's the name of
the
the
big baritone. I know who you're talking about, and I had his
yeah,
name
yeah,
a
that's
minute ago.
kind of it's like paparazzi,
Yeah,
paparazzi, correct?
Pavarotti.
I said no. I said paparazzi, this world-renowned opera singer. I said I even do not know about the music note. I said no, no, no. Master Sha, your voice, I can hear you you singing from the style you're singing very close like him. It's
Mm-hmm.
the I do not know this because
Right.
I'm no coach who have no idea. I just natural singing. And then she said, Master Sha, you are not in this field. If
Right.
you are in this field, you will draw people attention like this. This year, I'm the
Right.
doctor from China, healer, teacher. I laugh all the time. This year, at beginning, I tell God, I said, God, I want to sing for humanity.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly happened. Right away, we found a professional music, some professional people. Now, I think I welcome you. I will sing for you. I think now we have a website called DaoHealingConcert.com. People may be difficult to remember this. Just go to DRSHA.com. So therefore, is Dao. Dao is a sort Tao. Dao healing is a healing.
Mm-hmm.
Dao healing concert. Dao healing concert.
Yeah.
Concert.com. Also, this with Deepak Chopra also is called tappingsource.org. Also go to .com. Right away there. And also this coming weekend with Deepak Chopra, with Urban
Mm-hmm.
Lasso and me, then because I will offer 1 hour healing, Dao healing, with a
Right.
Dao calligraphy, Dao sound. But already 1,000 people there already. So therefore, and because I will sing a Dao song, I will
Mm-hmm.
do the calligraphy because. Can I share one part of the
You can share
what?
all of it, honey.
Thank you so much. He's very short here. The rebirth flag said, Master Sha is divinely blessed and guided to heal the world and everything that is in it. From the smallest situation to the largest, he has the faithful gift of power to make things right. Nothing in Master Sha's voice interferes. When the voice is completely free of the interferes, the voice simply is.
Mm-hmm.
His voice is incredible and carries incredible power. His his vowel sound are so clear and strong. Every sound from Master Sha voice is so pure. This can only be because his voice is from and of the soul, soul sound, Dao sound. Only the soul can produce sounds like that. His voice is amazing. And the Dao sound that the Master Sha sings is a music gift beyond the sound of any voice singing that you can hear every day. It holds a purity and resonance that only he can lay claim to. His voice is beyond anything that is what makes him a great teacher and a healer. His voice is like a voice of God singing. God's voice in his body is so unique that is definitely a healing sound. Report
Mm-hmm.
flag.
Right. And it is. And I just posted out your event, and of course you can go to drshaw.com to learn more about everything going on. Um, so, Dr. Shaw, what are you going to do next? Well, first of all, I got
Okay.
some questions for you. When you were a child and you
Yes.
were studying in China, did you used
Yes.
to hear singing a lot? Because I know here in the States, when like people are working in fields and stuff, you'll hear them do songs to keep
Yeah,
in rhythm and to work together and that type of thing. Was the same thing that way in China for you?
yeah. I will see. How interesting. I just share one or two story. When I
Uh-huh.
was in age 6, my parents brought me to the park. There is a grandmaster, Liang, doing the
Uh-huh.
Tai Chi movement. Everybody know Chinese Tai Chi.
Uh-huh.
Then the master and the disciple here, they just push in the hand. The master, little bit, no force. It's very gentle. The disciple who leave the floor for 15 feet, bone fall down and there. Then I run to the master. I say, yeah, means a grandfather, Chinese elder, old man, a grandmaster.
Mhm.
I said, yeah. I want to learn this. Then he looked at me for a while. No, you are too young. You got 6 years old. You are too young. I
Mhm.
said, no. Yeah. And how cute. Yeah. And he said, okay, I want to see your parent. I run to my parents, hold their arm. I said, I want to learn this. Then we
Mhm.
great support every Saturday, Sunday, like this. You can very wide leg. You standing here. The teachers, okay, watch me. 5 minutes is okay.
Mhm.
10 minutes you're tired. And the teacher, you learn from master. If a master say no, you have to
Move.
insist. Oh my
Right.
God, sweating, almost fall down. And at age 6, I was trained by persistence, patience, confidence, all kind of human
Right.
quality. At age 10, I do the Shaolin box, kung fu, and with the sticks, it rotates. Then also meditation, qigong. People know qigong.
Mhm.
And then for the fourth qigong congress, they give me a honor qigong master of the year. And also, Lao Tzu teacher Chinese longevity star, and who lived 880 years old. When I was in a qigong conference, I saw a master sit down there. The way you see the master sit down. You say, wow, this is a powerful master. The aura is very clear. That I approached him. He's a doctor professor and he's a Qigong grandmaster.
Uh-huh.
I Las Vegas, story. Two of us invite to Las Vegas. So therefore, at the break time, a doctor, MD, sit on a wheelchair. Uh, the middle spinal column, car accident. Every body on the paralyzed. This is a hopeless case. My master said, "Call me, tell her what, let me help her." I was a little shocked, and I said, "Doctor," with the plate here. I said, "Doctor's MD." I said, "The grandmaster wants to give you a healing." Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Mhm.
very happy. I sit down here. My master put a hand here. This is a real story. This
Mhm.
is not of my master. He put a hand here. He connect with heaven, and like this. Yeah, like that. Then the doctor sit down here. The head is doctor, and he connect. Ha! Like this. Very powerful. 5 times hard. Ha! The vibration. Then he said, try. The doctor said, try. The doctor cannot move. He's a paralyzed people. Stand up, walk in
Uh-huh.
front of everybody. That's one of my master. What kind of power? And he transmits this kind of power to me.
Mhm.
I have quite a few paralyzed people.
Mhm.
Cancer people, paralyzed, blind people. In India, a teenager has a tunnel vision. 13, 14 years old. In the state, immediately wow, give a 10 minutes healing. Then right away, oh, I can see that the family, father, mother, everybody go together crying so hard. And also the famous Bollywood star, US is Hollywood, India is Bollywood, we know that. A
Mhm.
famous star has 20 years deaf. Everybody know. I'm gonna talk about blind, deaf. This lady took the hearing aid in Mumbai live event, a few
Mhm.
hundred people. Then you talk with her behind, nothing. Not, he said, you nothing. Then lie down there, me, pong, pong, ha, ha. It's a hua, hua, with the needles, with the sound power. Right away, start to hear. Oh, I have this kind of tape. People just
Uh-huh.
hard. Because this kind of we call one time in Germany. I said, everybody give you a light treasure. Everybody choose one area. I connect with heaven. I said, transmission, like wild transmission. Then people, a few minutes. Then I said, how do you feel? One man showed the hand like this. Come to the stage. The leg, both legs like this. She said, everybody, I get a car accident, my ankles like this. Right ankle cannot be feet, cannot be straight.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, Master Sha, one transmission pass straight.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I have this kind of, in Hawaii, a lady has breast cancer, 3 centimeters. There are 2 doctors. One is a general surgeon specialist. They touch life. You know, Hawaii time, a doctor
Right.
there. The workshop, it's okay. And the lady said 3 centimeters. She refused to do any chemo radiation. I held 100 people. We chant, you know, people know mantra, chanting, chanting. 1 hour, then the doctor said, oh, 1.5, 50%. Less 1 hour, 50% reduced. Then 3 weeks later, cancer disappeared. No chemo, no radiation, nothing. But of course, the Western medicine, I'm a Western doctor, total support for that. What I share with this is in my life, I have created so many heart-touching results, but they are all my report cards. Like that's why I have this next week with Deepak Chopra Summit. Last 1 hour, I will offer healing. And there's major healing sessions, and also the week after July 22 is my healing concert. Other people sing a little bit. Mainly is I'm the one singing. Today, you know, you interview me before. I love you, honor you, letting me now create calligraphy and singing and whatever. How about that?
I love watching you do calligraphy.
Okay, good. How the calligraphy what I wrote here is Dao. Dao means source. Light. Guang means and light. Dao, just 2 words. Dao is right for this because we talk about Dao calligraphy. Dao light. Thank you. So why everybody relax? You just watch I'm writing, and later I offer blessing to you. So therefore, Dao calligraphy are ultimate source. Mother Earth, we are in a scientist now talk about Mother Earth's 3rd dimension. This Buddha, saints, Jesus, Mary, this all there are Buddhas in the 4th dimension, God in the 5th dimension, but even much higher. Even scientists now they approve for 11, 12 dimension. But in fact, in spiritual wisdom, there are infinite dimensions. So when I write a calligraphy, I connect with the n dimension. It's infinite higher Dao, because I'm a servant. Then when I write, I put they put the power inside. Then this calligraphy, remember I said stage 4, 80% liver cancer recovered because the power, it create a field. Everybody know field. Like relax. Dao, 这样擦一擦。来，好。So ready? We take 1 2 minutes. We hang on here. Then I will spend maybe 3 to 5 minutes calligraphy and singing together. That is my concert on July 22. I will live create a calligraphy. Of course, I will sing more than 5 minutes. I will sing few times. Today we just do about I'm singing 照相了没有？ we are going to sing about 5 minutes. So can you
Okay.
do you have any questions? We can speak 1 or 2 minutes and I
Do you use
they
any
prepare.
special ink about the calligraphy?
What you said?
Is it any type of special ink with the calligraphy, or is it just
No.
traditional
This is
calligraphy?
yeah. I think yes, because there's calligraphy has styles. This one of the calligraphy in Beijing, one
Mhm.
of the top quality. 一笔格, just like
Mhm.
just like we buy a pen. There's so many kinds of pen. It's one of the
Exactly.
very high quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think most important for people to know, I get a media interview just almost every day. One
Mhm.
time a lady just like this, Aeson, I just showed my image. Oh, Master Shah! I said, "What, Master Shah, Master?" She said, "You just come to the screen. I feel some special energy." Okay, this lady is very sensitive. Not everybody have feeling that. And another lady interesting. She said, "Master Shah, you know what? Just exactly she said. I want everybody go to buy book. I do not think I'm crazy. I got a book. I get a back pain." Master Shah said, "Just put the book on the bag for 10 minutes. Amazing, by 10 minutes, miracle happened on me. Therefore, I can tell you, please go to get the book." Her fascinating. And also another man in Los Angeles. I don't have the book here. And I talk about immortality. Everybody know the immortality, dreaming.
Right.
And he said, "Master Shah," I wrote a 3 Tao book. I said, "Master Shah, you wrote the Tao classic of longevity, immortality. I read it and I chant whatever you talked about. Oh, I was fascinated." Then she saw I have another 2 big books. She said, "Oh, Master Shah, I'm going to read it all. I'm going to read it. Afterwards, I will interview you again." Read it. Just by last week, 3 media person after interview read the book for next time for me just by 2 or 3 months.
Exactly. Well, it doesn't take that long to read your book because it is so powerful. It's so well. So, do you recommend any strong diets working with this energy field?
Yes, I think I want to tell everybody the most important is too much. In ancient wisdom, 80%. Of course, some people say that they want to be vegetarian, healthy food, very important principle. But for me, it's not you have to be vegetarian. Some people, the body, everybody know we have blood types. Some type of the blood style, the vegetarian may not good for you. Therefore, as I will see, even Buddha, there's so special. Buddha time didn't tell you have to be vegetarian, but some people are very serious. That's I respect for that. But I will see eating healthy food 70 to 80%. Lots of sickness is too much food, too much oil, too much food, too much sugar, too much oil. Just
when you get out of balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, which causes a lot of illness.
Yeah. Oh my God, many. People say that in the ancient world, the 病从口入. 病从口入 is sickness come out from the come out from eating wrong. 祸从口出, disaster comes from your speech. You do not know how to speak, you irritate people, make trouble. Go to A and B, make trouble, they are fighting in the war fighting. It's some people, very bad. Go to A, tell B is bad, or whatever happened. Go tell, okay, you tell me, then it causes a lot of trouble. So therefore, disaster come from our speech, and the sickness is coming from sickness coming from the eating.
Right.
Thank you. Diet, I support diet. Okay, 亮好了吧亮? Okay, I'm ready to offer the blessing now. How about
awesome.
Aeson? Okay, good. Okay, this is in ancient way they call if a pear sweet, taste it. And if you know dog calligraphy works, I do not know. First of all, I want everybody to know I position myself as a servant of humanity. I'm the doctor, Western doctor from China, acupuncture expert. I create so many heart-touching, amazing results. It may nothing happen for you. I own a medical professional. You know what I said here? In the end of this book, just give me 1 minute. In the conclusion, I said, I have a dream that humanity will pay more and more attention to self-healing. I honor all medical professionals and all alternative and complementary medicines, as well as all ways to improve our health and happiness. The message I always share with humanity is I have the power to heal myself. You have the power to heal yourself. Together, we have the power to heal the world. And at the beginning of every book, I said, I position myself, introduction. The purpose of life is to serve. I have committed my life to this purpose. To serve is to make others happier and healthier. To serve is to empower and enlighten others. So therefore, okay, I need 5 minutes because this is an
Mm-hmm.
interview. Everybody how to do, put the one hand on the navel. The other hand, hypertension, low blood pressure, irregular beating, emotional depression, anxiety. My second book come out in 2 weeks. In a concert, in our Aeson in the July 22. Anybody, it's a free event.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I will give a free ebook. This is free event,
Awesome.
free ebook. Why not? It's my depression. Millions of people, when you see
Mm-hmm.
the teenager kill themselves, very sad. Even the teenagers kill themselves.
Right.
The blockage is here. Depression, anxiety. It's all. This book is not only for back pain. Inside the wisdom, how this work. And also in the future, my book. Inside the wisdom, I do not change. The spirit, the why it works, how heal. What I change is the calligraphy.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a different calligraphy. Then when you read one book, you got it. Next time, depression, just put here.
Mm-hmm.
Just put on the back. And read the story. It's hard to believe. Anyway, I'm a unique servant. That's only I can see.
Yeah.
How everybody down. Put a hand here. Heart, depression, anger, liver, grief, thyroid, COVID-19. I just for me, I said I want to honor doctors. You have to respect the doctors. But what I do, everybody understands. One sentence. We have a pain, inflammation, tumor, cancer from head to toe, skin to bone. Is negative information, energy matter. This book, first chapter, universal law. Calligraphy carry positive, carry love light. The room, if I switch off, dark room.
Mm-hmm.
Morning the sun, light up a dark night. So our pain inflammation is a blockage. In Western medicine, everybody understand toxins, tumor, cancer, inflammation, pain. But but in my teachings, negative information, quantum physics talk about information. Therefore, in this weekend we talk about and quantum physics, all science and spirituality. How choose knee pain, back pain. Even it's a show. You close your eyes. 5 minutes, I start to count. Do like this. Dear dog calligraphy. Remember, Aeson, this show is taped.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes not enough. If you feel a little better, listen again. A little better, listen again. Why not? It's a free healing. Try it. How good. How, dear, silent, follow me. Close your eyes first. Dear dog calligraphy, a source energy field, positive energy field. If we have a pain, inflammation, tumor, cancer from head to toe, skin to bone, different system organs, choose one area, one organ or one system, immune system. In modern medicine, 90% of sickness related with immune system. Or I have knee pain, back pain, hips issue, cancer, breast cancer, stomach pain, whatever you choose, thyroid, COVID-19, choose one area. What I'm doing is I am bringing dog calligraphy, this invisible light to you, and plus my voice. Everybody understand frequency vibration. How to do first the minutes. from inhale. You inhale, imagine the light. But you know, imagine some people, oh, I feel some tingling. I feel nothing. Does not matter. Nose inhale, imagine a light from the calligraphy, invisible. You may not see. Most people cannot see. Some people third eye open spiritual. Oh, I saw the golden light, rainbow light. Does not matter. You can see or not. Deep inhale. Imagine come to the area, whatever you choose one area. Then heal me. Come out toxins. Because it's a field heal you. 10 times. Then I sing for you. Deep inhale. Heal me. Total relax. Nothing promise. But so many people in few minutes feel different. You feel nothing. I cannot promise anything. Just relax. Deep inhale. Heal me. Because this is Mother Earth is in the third dimension. This we can never explain. Tao calligraphy is a higher dimension. Love light calligraphy carry the field. It's a portal. Inhale, this higher dimension, love light, frequency vibration come to the area you choose. That Dao Guang. Dao means source, Guang means light. When you see Dao Guang or heal me, it brings out the toxins, negative information, energy matter. Number 5 time. Nose deep inhale. Heal me. This is ancient wisdom. Xi, breathe in. Qing, clean, light energy. We all know we breathe in the oxygen. We breathe out the carbon dioxide. This is a human life. No oxygen, no life. But this is more than oxygen and carbon dioxide. This is calligraphy positive field. When you're standing in front of the ocean, oh, you feel energy. At least people understand energy. Under the sun, heat, in the mountain, forest, you feel the energy. This is invisible, and you may feel nothing. Ooh, afterwards I feel better. Deep inhale, number 6 time. Heal me. Just imagine the sickness go. Number 7, deep inhale. Dao Guang. Guang means light, source light. Deep inhale. Everybody listening, inhale. Dao Guang. Source light. Deep inhale. Heal me. More time. Heal me. Okay, this is okay. Continue close eyes. I'm going to sing a few minutes. Yeah. Same area. Whatever you choose: breast, the heart, the stomach, neck, in the thyroid. Relax. Just relax the area. Dear Dao calligraphy portal. Is a source field. Dear Dao Sang, my voice connect with the source. I'm just a vehicle for you. Bring this vibration to remove the blockages. 好，道光。I am asking the calligraphy field to every listener. You are listening now. Later, share your family members. Oh, today Aeson interview Master Sha did a few minutes healing. Now the secret is, dear calligraphy, ask image. Dear calligraphy, come to my heart. Your kidney, your liver, your heart, your uterus, stomach, where shoulder, where you need the healing. You ask, oh, dear Dao calligraphy, come there. That 道光 total relax. I sing 10 times. Then I sing a free tone. Dear dog calligraphy line. Calligraphy field is the key. 道光，道光，道光。Source light, vibrating, and because calligraphy, the image is inside the area, shoulder, breast, heart, vibrating. It's a healing. It's not only singing. 岛上 healing concert 道光，道光。Okay, now I'm singing a soul song. 道光 is Chinese. Soul song, no melody. I just follow my soul. Connect with the source. Free singing for a little bit. Dear dog calligraphy and my voice serve every listener. Thank you, Aeson, for the opportunities. Are you okay? We can still doing job?
Yes.
Okay, good. 好 I hear by the music 好 everybody relax 有呀有呀有咿呀哟嘿呀嘿呀嘿咿呀哟嘿，咿呀哟嘿，咿呀哟嘿，咿呀哟嘿呀嘿。呀哟，咿呀呀嘿，哟呀呀哟呀嘿呀呀哟呀哟嘿呀哟呀呀嘿，咿呀呀咿呀哟嘿。哟呀哟呀哟呀哟呀嘿哟嘿哟嘿。Okay, Aeson.
Loved it. Thank you, darling. So, again, you're in a concert not this weekend. This weekend when you got the summit, it's the next week. You're also hosting a lot of events because one of our listeners signed up for an event you having tomorrow.
Yeah, and this weekend, July 16, with Deepak Chopra, Irvin Laszlo ruling, so we shared wisdom. But I will offer 1 hour healing. I did 5 minutes, just a healing session. And plus, understand, the all scientists, we are so special at Deepak Chopra, Irvin Laszlo. Then next week, July, go to drsha.com, July 22. For the July 16, very little honor fee, and I give to Deepak Chopra, Irvin Laszlo, my organization, 3 charitable organizations. We do not make any money, but the
Right.
people support us a little bit, give to serve the charitable foundation.
Mhm.
But on July 22, free, free. And but locally we have 300 people. They own a little bit. In a car can one special hall we have 300 people. People come in, that's a little fee, but online totally free. And also plus my second book, Dog Calligraphy, Healing Depression, Anxiety, second book.
But no, that was very beautiful, very touching. Now, you're in Toronto. Do you still do hands-on services, or have you moved on to the bigger ones?
Oh, I know. I have trained a few thousand healers. I have 10, just like major healers. They do private sessions. No, I'm really not available. I'm just
Didn't
like
think so. A few thousand people, Dr. Shen. Goodness, you've been busy.
no, I know. I create a few thousand healers. Now people still in one session, not too long ago, 1,700 people healer with me. I train them as a healer. I give the power. I offer special transmission, and that's a different story. Meaning the power can be given. I'm just a servant, and heaven Tao source through like a channel through me transmit the power. Then many medical professionals come in now.
Well, is that a lot like Reiki and how it has to be transferred from master to student to master to student?
Yeah. Now Reiki, I know Reiki. I have so many people Reiki masters. This is a Tao transmission.
Right.
Now, just now I give a healing. It's a one time. It's not a permanent. But when I connect with this field, for example, there's a cancer people. Why is it transmission? Pull the light ball come in. That's called permanent. Healer, I transmit some healing light ball. Then the people, when I give example, people understand. When I was in India 10 years ago, a conference with 700 to 1,000 MD and scientists. Then, because remember, I said I healed the teenagers with tunnel vision. Cannot see here. That instant heart-touching result. The whole family crying. So the story come to a Dr. Kartigan. It's a very renowned man. Everybody know the Gandhi assassination. He was the chief of police in India. And she very, very popular man. The government want to give him a governor, refused. He's retired already, just travel around. He was there 10 years ago. And he said, Master Shah, come to my event. And he gave me, now usually 15 minutes, he said, Master Shah, you give me first 2 hours. Then I did a demo. I said, I will transmit a divine healing hands. And I have the book called Divine Healing Hand. Then I said, anybody want to be a demo? India, lots of people show the hand. I pick up one, come up. That like you said, like Reiki, but it's a spiritual way. People put the hand here. I connect with heaven, divine the Tao. I said, transmission. Pull the light hand. Many people can see there. Light beam like light upon come down. I said, okay, choose a sleep disc. Everybody knows sleep disc pinch nerve. Oh, you're so painful. And many people show the hand. And I choose one. I do not know anybody. This doctor said, how am I going to offer healing? I said, you just ask a divine healing hand. Now we call Tao healing hand. At the moment called divine healing hand. I said, dear divine healing hand, go to heal the person. The person back standing here for a few minutes. Then the light hand going there, da 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 da, shake here. Just by a few minutes, 5 minutes or more or less 6 minutes. Then the man right away up down. Slowly, right away bend him more. Wow! He said they were shouting in the big event. This is a miracle. That's exactly new people. That's called transmission. Now I have 1,000 healers, including medical professionals, because anybody want to be a spiritual healer. I'm the servant to create a spiritual healer. A doctor, a psychology, and one day pick up a phone, all crying right away. Her sister committed suicide. And she stopped the coach, she learned psychology. After psychology, she said, I still does not have enough solution for the suicidal, for depression, anxiety. And she said, I do not know why. And she found a neurosurgeon, and who's one of my top teacher, previous neurosurgeon. This doctor told her, you need to learn martial arts, spiritual healing, Tao healing. And she learned, she received hand. Now she deal with hundreds of depression, anxiety. And she said because martial arts teaches soul, three words, soul, the keys like this. I can share very quickly in 1 minute. Shen, Shen is Shen, Qi, Jing. Jing means matter, Qi means energy. Energy. Shen, soul is a spirit, heart and mind. In quantum physics, called information. So information is source information. So therefore, and Einstein relativities, they all know this: energy, matter, speed of light. But our science has a scientific formula: S, Shen, soul, heart, mind, plus energy, Qi, plus M, plus matter, plus M equals 1. This one is Tao oneness. So I'm going to explain to this one in the next week. We have more time to explain. So therefore, the ways like this, information. For why people get sick, anger, depression, everything catch cold, negative bacterial virus, hardest receiver, mind processor, energy mover, blood matter. Blood is the transformer. So this is how people get sick. How people get good health, positive information. And for example, and this also calligraphy carry the spirit, carry the positive information, energy information here. Then hard receiver, mind process, energy mover. This is when I was in the UBC, Vancouver, psychology, and he said, Master Sha, I have to think about the traditional Chinese medicine, Western medicine for decades. After your seminar, and he was so fascinated. I eat lunch with him. I'm talking about this is on major professors, because people are searching for decades. And why the doctor was so impressed like this? This is one theory. Another one is like this. This is, for example, this is cell. We know all cell. This is nucleus. This is cell units. Every cell. One organ has millions of cells, but the inside the cell we call matter. When cells contract, the matter turn to energy. Energy. Turn to energy. All the energy here. Energy. So when cells like this, they go this way. When cells like this, cells expand, they come back. So therefore, between energy and matter, there's another cell. Matter inside, energy is here. Then energy return. So therefore, in modern medicine, focus on the blood testing, tumor, cancer. Cancer is irregular cells like this. Cancer like this. So therefore, in the pathological study, so in modern medicine is we talk about matter more. In traditional Chinese medicine, talk about energy. If energy too much between the cells, the cells cannot breathe anymore. Then the irregular cancer tumor could happen. So therefore, this is energy, this is matter. But the Shen, the root cause is here. Soul, heart, mind. The root cause is like soul level. Soul level we call negative information. In the spiritual realm called negative karma. Even Deepak Chopra have a 7 spiritual secret. It's a Buddha teaching. Scientists also now start to talk more and more, because why? Negative information is a root cause. People will not. Therefore, really, this kind of stage 4 cancer, hopeless case, people have to do spiritual practice, try to remove the negative information. Also, this calligraphy, why calligraphy is so unique, calligraphy and the sound is coming the negative information. Because light coming, this dark stuff could left. That's unique. So therefore, I welcome everybody and come to go to drsha.com. Welcome you at 5 hours, 1 hour healing plus is major wisdom. How do we transform our life? Dr. Rulin is a quantum physicist. Quantum physics is so special. We explain to people our Tao science could explain the quantum physics. We are in the third dimension. Quantum physics teach everything vibrate. Particle, wave, particle, quantum entanglement. But quantum physics still has a positive, negative. People may not think that. But Tao is no negative anymore. It's totally pure. Bring this one, come to here, cleansing everything. So simple like that. It's hard to believe because I have done thousand heart touching result. So therefore, I have my report card. You can see I'm laughing. I didn't promise anything. Even if I can help you, I'm so
honey,
happy.
because your medicine hasn't figured out the good stuff you're doing yet.
No,
maybe they'll catch up in a few thousand years.
Yeah. But I'm so happy because it works for you. I'm happy for you. If nothing works for you, I try my best already. That's it.
Exactly.
But
try something else. But I love 2 things about this, and we're going to have to wrap up here. But I really love, one, you're one of the ones that say, use us all. Use the medical doctors, use the Chinese medicine, use the herbal tea list, use the Tao healing methods, use the Tao singing methods, because it really does take all that vibration to hit that one problem at once.
Yes.
Very much so. And you guys go sign up for the summit. It's a lovely summit. Deepak Chopra. I think that, Dr. The doc here will be outgunning Deepak Chopra. Just saying, because I've seen Deepak do summits before. I think it'll be a really interesting East meets West conference with the physicists there. And do not miss his singing, because it is gorgeous and it does so much powerful work. Thank you, Doctor, for coming on. Please go check out drshaw.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you for interview again. Love you. Love your
Please come back
listeners.
again, darling.
Hi, I'm Tracy Van. I provide a blended reading consisting of mediumship, psychic, and tarot cards. A reading from me can cover any guidance you need from relationships with your partner or your family, spiritual, financial, any questions you may need clarity on. If you would like to book an appointment with me, check out my website, tracyvann.com. That's TRACYVANN.com. I have bookings from 15 to 60 minutes you may choose from. That helps if you just have a quick question, need an answer, or if you're looking for a reading in more depth, I'm here to provide the guidance and clarity for you. Let's just figure it out. Bye.
Hi, I'm Dottie the Psychic, and I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not wearing any makeup. Well, one reason is to irritate my social media manager, Aeson Knight. Hi, Aeson. The other reason is because I like to get to the naked truth about what it means to be a neurodivergent LGBT person with psychic abilities. I've got vlogs, blogs, and podcasts and videos all related to trying to live my best life and helping witches and bitches do the same thing. So, you can check all that out and get a reading from Dottie the Psychic at DOTTIEthepsychic.com. Safe travel and much profit to you.
Hey everybody, Lady Gwendolyn here, and I am here to tell you how to get in contact with me and a little bit about what I do. I am the High Priestess that works with shadow work to help you grow and heal. And I work with access bars, Reiki, I do power forms. I'm recently getting into crystal healing, sound therapy as well. So you can go to Lady Gwendolyn Healing, that is LadyGwendolynHealing.com. Book your appointment with me. I do in person, I do over the phone, I do over Zoom. We can do that as well. My main goal is to help you grow and heal, because I've been there, I'm still going through it, and let my strength help guide you. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Aeson Knight. I provide tarot readings covering everything from love and relationships to your life questions and your most spiritual answers. And also, I provide a lot of guidance in finances and divorces and all those relationship problems. So, if you'd like to get a reading from me privately, not on air, you can feel free to do so by visiting aesonknight.com and booking your appointment. I also provide on-demand services, so if your life is a little chaotic, you can go ahead and click that call now button there on my site. It'll connect you to Keen, and if you've not been with Keen before, you'll get 3 free minutes to talk with me, so that's great for a quick answer question. All right, guys, back to the show. Enjoy. Bye, y'all. Well, good evening and welcome back. All right, Mr. Joe, come on in. Hi, honeys.
Hello.
How's you been?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Looks like it was a great segment with Dr. Shaw.
It was. I love having him on the show. He's one of my favorite guests.
Hey, Brenda. Hey, Nicola.
Brenda.
Oh.
So what else has been cooking this week and burning your news feeds, or do I even want to know? Because I'm about
Oh
to
my
take
goodness!
a
I dropped stuff out in the thing, and now I'm not even there. So let me get that up. Yeah, it's been crazy in the news this week. Well, it's not been that crazy. Like Friday was crazy. We had all the crazy news.
Yeah.
Like I just managed to find a decent, I believe, decent. Am I the asshole? That's what I've accomplished.
Well, that's okay. Did you have Joe Butte on Fox News?
I'm sorry. Who? What?
Did you happen to catch Secretary Butte on Fox News?
No.
Oh my God, honey. He laid them out like a drag queen reading a bad newspaper. Did not give a moment to interrupt, didn't moment to do shit. I loved it. It's the only time I ever watched. It was a clip from Fox News. The only reason I watched it was because it was Secretary Butte. But my God, he laid into them because they were trying to make this big stink out of protesters protesting a steakhouse. And I'm like, yeah, we talked about that Friday. That's old news. Fox, you're behind us. Of course, I'm surprised you're still on air.
AMG. No, I did not catch that, though we did talk about that on Friday. That was like oh my God, are you kidding me? Like this restaurant is determined to go sideways. But no, I can get why Fox News would have latched onto that one and been like, oh my God, because they've been all up, on this whole, really hating street protests.
Oh, of course.
And actively encouraging people or basically, I won't say actively encouraging, but supporting the idea at least that when someone plows through the crowd of street protesters, that it's appropriate. And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I can totally get they would be behind this one. Like they walked a very fine line on that other topic, and it's that same kind of no one should ever be inconvenienced, as long as it's not a problem for them,
right?
Their viewers can go storm a Capitol,
right?
That's fine, people can die, But if someone tries to protest on a bridge,
Mm-hmm.
run the motherfuckers down seems to be their line of reasoning.
Exactly.
Because it's, you know, it's not a topic that they think is important.
Well, they didn't really like his opinion of, well, here's the facts. The judge didn't see the protesters. Protesters did not stand at his table and insult him, much like Secretary Boutte and his husband has been done multiple times.
Like,
By the wait staff.
yeah. No, I mean, like, hi, this is a reasonable protest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fundamentally, this is how this
On
works.
public property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, have a nice day. Like, but they're the same. Like, but Fox News was all behind the two lawyers that were brandishing
Mm-hmm.
during BLM.
Yes.
Like, they were totally like, yeah, that's what they should be doing. Like, we saw how the courts responded to that one.
Right.
Though
I
I'm sure they're working on their Supreme Court appeal as we speak. But no.
Fox News, yes. Interesting. Fox News's ratings is down 19%. Fox News, MSNBC, you're up 23%. Very cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice. But no, I mean, I don't know. I wish people would get off of Fox News. It's like a bad drug.
Well, it's terrible.
Because it's not news. Like they name themselves Fox News and then sit there and effectively go to court every time they get sued and go, we're not a news network. This isn't news. This is opinion. So why don't you change your name to Fox Opinions?
Right.
Or Fox Media.
Uh-huh.
Like, stop calling all your programs shows, call them media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do that. Like, you can't even hardly get a press pass.
Right.
Like, it's a long, hard road for you to get a press pass because everyone knows you don't do news. You do opinion.
Right.
It's not really reporting. You have talent. You don't have anchors. Like, that's an important distinction.
Right.
Like, that's a really important distinction.
Right.
But anywho, moving right along from that.
Moving right along, you have an I'm the asshole.
I know, but there's one more thing I thought you'd want to talk about first.
Oh, okay.
The juror.
Juror 15? Oh, my God. Nanny Hurd is sitting there whining to the judge.
Yes. So the Amber Heard trial.
Yes, the Amber Heard trial. I'm hoping Judge Penny looks at her and goes, tough titty to the kitty, stop wasting my time. Here's another bill.
Yeah,
And
really.
she hasn't. Judge Penny has been the most graceful, most polite. Like, I would have done slapped her with contempt of court the minute she did not follow my orders.
Yeah, but her facial expressions. Can we just talk about the judge's facial expressions, though? Like, she reminds me of that. Like, I've had teachers and professors like this that like, it's never been towards me, but you've watched them do this. Where there's that split second where they have to process and go, how do I not say you're a fucking moron?
Right. Well, she almost
and then, grace
had,
comes out of their mouth.
Right. Well, she almost had to teach Elaine, or should we say Elaine, how to object.
Oh, yeah.
What an objection was.
Here's how to form an objection.
Yes.
This
is what has apparently happened in that case currently. After all 6 weeks of this trial, after all months of this pre-trial, they want to throw the trial out because one of the jurors on the jury list was listed as 1945, and it's obviously he's not 77 years old, living at the same address as another individual with birthday in 1970.
They just caught it. Like, they just caught it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, no. No, I think this is probably an ace that's been up their sleeve the whole time, knowing that they could challenge the verdict based on the juror.
Not in Virginia.
Wow. Good deal.
It clearly states if the county made a mistake and you voided them and you qualified them as a juror, then they're the juror.
Yeah. So a 101-year-old African-American female could have showed up in place of a 73-year-old male, white male, and they would have been like, you let them go through. They're the juror.
Right.
Now, I wonder how far Virginia goes, because I, like, what if they're a convicted felon? What if, there could be a lot of things there.
Well,
I'm assuming none of those.
His ID matched the summons.
Right. No one, apparently the courthouse didn't bother to check the date of birth on the ID.
Exactly.
They just went, name matches name. Thank you. Please proceed. Have a nice day.
Right.
Oh, I wonder if they truly knew this before they even went to trial. Like, sitting there through the whole process, like someone caught it.
Right.
And went, 1940. No, ma'am. Like, you looking damn good to be 70-something years old.
Right. Is that argon cream you're using? Are you imperialistical behaviors working good for you?
Yeah, I think I would have had to have asked some questions, but no, it sounds like they really thought they could use this if they needed to, like an ace up their sleeve.
What gets me more is why did you not 6 weeks ago go, Your Honor, may we approach the bench? Which Elaine is famous for doing the whole goddamn trial. We all had time to refill our coffee, get our popcorn refill, get our drink refill, go up. Your Honor, we need to question juror 15. It appears that he is either very good at aging, has very good plastic surgery, or something, because the birth date is way younger for 77. And on the Verrier, it shows him being 52. The paper says 77. We need to figure out where the misconception is.
Like, what happened?
Yeah, before we even get into
well, and that would have, I'm assuming, being at a point in which they would have still had alternate jurors.
Right. And they had alternate jurors. Because it was a lottery system. Nobody knew who was going to be alternate. No one knew who was going to be permanent.
Yeah, so fundamentally, at the point in which they went to deliberation, I'm assuming the alternates would have been dismissed. Thank you for your time, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
The alternates go home.
Right.
You agreed at that point, if you were part of that, either side.
Right.
Either side, you agreed at that point that this was your jury.
Right.
Like, and that is through no fault of his own.
Right.
Like, it's no fault of the jurors.
Right.
Like, there was an honest mistake. It was an honest misunderstanding.
Right.
I would almost question, like, because I love Mercer County. They tried twice to call both my grandmother and I. Every time we got our summons back to back. And both times, like, hers was easy. Like, I just called in and point blank said, the first time, I called in and point blank said the woman is 90-some years old and has dementia. Right. Like, she would love it. She would absolutely love it, but you're not going to get a dependable juror out of this woman. Right. Like, she'll love it. It'll be the talk of the rest of her life, really. Right. Getting to go for jury duty. Right. She's not going to like it. Or you're not going to like how this turns out. Like, you're going to dismiss her, I will guarantee. And then for me, it was like, hi, I'm her caregiver. Like, I, like, point blank, what you pay per day will not cover Me getting someone to stay with her.
Exactly.
Like the amount of money I will have to spend out for this, it would be an undue burden. Like my family will suffer. And the courthouse was great both times. Like it was quick, easy, like no big deal. Like, just write in this here. Okay, cool, thanks. So the first time is, when I found that out. And then the second time I just wrote it in, sent it in.
Right.
Because it was the honest truth. Like, hi, you really don't want either of us on a jury. Like, it's not going to work well for you. Like, not unless someone's paying my expenses. Because this ain't going to be cheap.
Well, and here's the thing. I've been brought to jury service, and of course they always dismiss me as soon as they see my job title.
I would have never thought that would have been an impediment. Like, I never stopped to think what jobs are an impediment to jury duty, but okay, I could follow that. I can follow that. Like, I don't think we want to take our chances. Like, do you want to deal with the psychic aspect? Do you want to deal with the medium aspect? Do you want to deal with like, where do you want to go with the way, like, if he's not telling the truth, like argumentatively, if you're not telling the truth and like, all this, then that's one thing. But if you are, and I'm talking about in terms of jury duty, like, well, he's going to end up inevitably having like a problem here. If he's getting information that isn't part of the case. And, on the mediumship side, like, do you really want to risk the victim
showing up to their trial?
Like, yeah. Shannon also points out, I have a degree in the legal field. Thank you. Goodbye. Yup.
But no, it's been really interesting with the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp trial. What's more interesting, the other trials I'm watching, well, getting ready to watch, is the Australian trial. That's going to be a good one. She's looking at 7 to 14 years in Australian prison. Now, granted, comparative to Mexican prison, it could be considered a vacation. What's even more so is she's now being sued by 2 insurance companies.
Ow.
Because apparently she had insurance that would have covered this if there wasn't malice involved.
Ooh.
They're like, No. There is malice that had been proven in court. That's why the instructions were, was there malice? So, these 2 insurance companies is refusing to pay her legal bills. But she testified in trial, and this is something I'm looking to see how EB says about this, that she couldn't have made her donations because she was being sued of the $7 million. Which is it? Did the insurance companies go, oh, we'll pay it? Or are she paying it? And if they aren't going to pay the lawyers, will Elaine still be there?
This could all be interesting. Like, I don't know. I think her lawyer's just dumb enough to keep rolling with it. Like, this is probably her 15 minutes of fame.
Well, her lawyers, all of them, I'm sorry, I'm not sure could represent me in a traffic ticket.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. Why is the 2020s the years of the bad lawyer? Like, have we noticed this? Like we've been just like, or like, I guess, the last like 5 years or so has been the years of bad lawyering. Like, bad lawyers, horrible lawyers. Like, Rudy Giuliani. I mean, there's been a lot.
In the 20s, it was a shit show and a half. That's where a lot of our legal system comes out of.
Yeah, we had some interesting times in the 20s.
Well, that's where we had gangsters. That's where we had, bribing of judges. We had one judge order a guy to be actually executed by horses. There's a few legal cases there that's quite interesting to go back and visit.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm watching right now this documentary questioning if there is not already 4 serial killers in the United States active.
Well, I figure there's at least 4 at any given time.
In the world. I'm talking specifically the United
No,
States.
I'm talking about in the U.S. Like, I'm sorry, I've watched enough nightly news. Like, I'm down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
I am down to at any given moment there are 4 active serial killers in the United States. Like, that's where I've gotten to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure there was a point in which all of us thought that there were like 25 active serial killers at any given moment in the United States. At least. Oh, Shannon's still at there's 4 in most large cities at any given time.
Yeah. Currently, according to serialkillershop.com, there are 9 active serial killers.
In the world or the U.S.?
In the U.S.
Okay.
There's one in New York that's been playing his gruesome trade for over 20 years and still not caught.
Nah. Not great for New York.
Well,
But then again, I mean, does anyone expect to go to New York and not die? I mean, I feel like it's a reasonable, like, New York's busy. Like, there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah. But no, I'm delving into the smiley face killers.
Okay.
That's where I'm headed.
Oh, and then there's probably more that's gone undetected because the MOs are covered up thanks to DCOM.
Right.
Shannon's like may not have a high opinion of people in general, okay? Like, I mean, I'm down to 4. I'm down to 4 active serial killers in the United States at any given moment, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm okay with 4. I think 4 is a reasonable number of serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think 0 is a reasonable number. Like, you're never going to get there. Like, it's cute that you think you would. You're not going to get there.
I don't know. It's debatable.
Please, have you seen our mental health system? Like, fuck that shit. We are not getting to 0.
Oh, I think we can get to 0. Anyhow, I'm going to go look at something if Shannon made me think about it.
Oh, okay. Oh. Well, she's like, end up with a world like Minority Report? No, thank you. Yeah, I'm there. I don't want that either. No. With all the missing people in the United States, I believe in 4+.
Uh-huh.
Well, but here's the question, is being very careful serial killer or multiple people involved in abductions and murder that are not actually forming an active MO, like they're not multiple killing. Plus, then, don't you have to have 3 victims at least to be a serial killer?
4.
Or is it 4? 4. So, yeah. So, I mean, like, you got to be careful there. Like, numerically, if you kill 3 people,
Right.
you're still not a serial killer.
Yeah. You have to have 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, which is an odd distinction, but,
Well, I don't know. I kind of think there's a serious... I'm going to say this, and it may be bad. There may be... I think with a lot of the sudden missing people in the United States, specifically West Virginia, we may have another active one here. Of course, we've had an active one, the Mad Butcher, since the 1960s.
Oh, Jesus. He's got to be ready to retire.
Well, I figure he's already passed it on to someone else.
Oh,
No, not really.
Or died.
So here, if he began serial killing at age 18 in 1960.
Yeah. I think he's ready to retire. That means he would have had an active 60-year career.
Yeah, he'd be 77. We haven't had anybody
At
do anything
least.
for nursing homes for a while.
Yeah, at least 77.
Yeah.
Like, retire, dude. Like, hang it up.
Or
Like,
come out.
well, at this point, might as well.
You know, walk up to the Fayette County Courthouse steps and go, "Hi, Mad Butcher here. Here's all the knives. Here's the locations of the bodies you didn't find."
Oh, yeah, Shannon's going with has a protege who continues on and feeds his needs via doing as ordered or sending videos if he can't actively be in the same place. So basically, Saw?
Saw 2.
Well, okay, if you want to split hairs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but the serial killer's name was Saw.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, wasn't technically. I don't know. I get lost. But the general premise remains.
Right.
Oh, Shannon only saw Saw 1.
Oh.
Fair enough. Like, I was done after Saw 2. I was like, I don't think I have one more in me. Just because
is the movie that scared me the most. Puppet Master is the one that has scared me the most.
Okay. Can't remember if I actually saw Puppet Master. Of all the weirdo horror movies I haven't seen, I know that's a weirdo one to have not seen.
All right, let's go into Are You the Asshole?
All right. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay half of my son's ticket? My ex and I split costs for our son. If one of us takes him shopping for school supplies, the other sends half the bill. We split his fee for art class and pay for half of all supplies. Wire-colored pencils so expensive. If one of us takes him clothes shopping, the other half gets the bill. Or the other gets half the bill. Everything is 50-50. We also have alternating weekends, but in the summer, I get 4 weeks and she gets 4 weeks. My ex just sent me a bill for half of my son's portion of her family vacation. I immediately called and said I under no circumstances paying for that. I'm not subsidizing their vacation. I don't ask her to chip in for my vacations. My ex said that's because I take our son camping and other cheap activities, and asking for such a paltry sum would be petty, but theme park tickets are expensive. She said I need to pay for half his ticket at the very least. I said no, I didn't tell them to go to Disney. If I'm going to buy a Disney ticket, I'll buy 2 and take him myself. I'm not paying for their vacation, full stop. It's also ridiculous she thought I'd chip in for their hotel. It's no more expensive with my son there than it would be without, lodging-wise. We went back and forth. Eventually, she gave up. Her parting jab was that her husband might make her reschedule the trip to fall during my custody time. I said, fine, I'll take him myself in a few years when he's old enough to enjoy everything. I'm still steamed and told my sister. My sister says I'm the asshole because going to Disney is way more expensive than camping, and why should my ex and her husband have to shoulder that cost alone? I said because it's their vacation and their idea. If my son told me he wanted to go to Disney, I would take him, but I would stay at a cheaper hotel and wait until he's old enough to really enjoy everything. I feel like this trip is more for the benefit of her stepkids, and my son is just being tacked on. That's fine, but I'm not paying for that. Am I being a dick?
No.
Like, so no. Like, I'm sorry, that's a weird thing. Like, I'm really thrown. Like, I would figure there would be a general understanding that, like, entertainment wise, like, do you really want to get into this?
Yeah.
Like, do you really want to get into? No, I mean, like, the two of them, like, the comment from him is like, do you really want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you want to sit here and go back and forth on, I want half the money for a PlayStation and a computer and and we just sit here and pile on a lot of extravagant things just because I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you want to fight this? Do you want to keep one-upping each other? Like, this is how, like, this could fall apart real quick.
Right.
Like, that would be me. Like, if like, you don't want to back down on this one,
Right.
I would kind of feel like, okay, fine.
Right.
You took him to Disney World, I'll take him to this.
Right.
And I'll send you a bill for half the ticket price, and we'll just keep going back and forth until one of us cries uncle.
Right.
That I can't afford this, that this is ridiculous.
Right.
And then we actually start acting like adults again.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to be wanting all kinds of stuff. Like, first of all. But no, I think more importantly, like, that's not a cost you want to start go. Like, that's not a road you want to go down to. Subsidize my vacation. Subsidize me buying something frivolous.
Right.
I mean, buying a computer is one thing. Like, if you're
Right.
talking about like an 8, 9, 10-year-old, potentially, like, I could go that young.
Right.
Mentally on like buying a computer. I could easily get there really quickly. That, buying a decent computer or whatever. That potentially, yeah. But if we're talking about like a 4, 5, or 6-year-old, what the hell?
Right.
Like, you really want to start a war where we go buy like $5,000 computers for him?
Right.
Like, you want to start that? Like, we can do that. But I don't think you want to do that. Let's keep this all reasonable. And, like, if you want to buy him something special, if you want to take him on vacation, if you want to take him to the movies,
Right.
then that's fine. You go do that and you enjoy the hell out of it, but don't expect me to pay for it.
Right.
Like, that's your time together.
Right.
That's how you spend that. Like,
Exactly.
like, that would, I don't know, and maybe it is a thing that happens. I'm not, like, I am not an unmarried father, so I don't know. But do couples actually get into it over, like, dads wanting reduced child support because they took the kid to a movie, and like this nickel and dime, like, well, I bought a computer and I bought this and I bought, like, does it really seriously get that, like, nitpicky bullshit?
It does.
Like, my God.
Yeah. It does. I'm sorry. I've consulted on these cases before. It is ridiculous.
Like, to me, this sounds like they have a fairly good thing going.
Right.
Like, we split the cost for her son. It doesn't sound like it's ever gotten to the point of, like, she's sending bills because, she bought extra macaroni and cheese this month.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound like it's been a nitpicky, petty thing till right here, right now on this.
Right.
And it's like, yeah. Of course, then again, there's also the unfortunate reality of you can be absolutely right.
Right.
And then still,
Right.
if she vindictively doesn't take this child with her, like, this could potentially be a long-term family issue. Not necessarily between the two of them, but for the kid.
Right.
I'm sorry, there's other siblings, step or otherwise, there's other siblings involved here. Like, it just takes one being a jerk and being like, well, mommy loves you less because she didn't take you to Disney.
Right.
And this shit just turned into a therapist couch. Like, how do you want to pay for that? Because that's going to be a shared expense. Like, she may have brought the trauma, but by God, that's a shared expense.
Yes, definitely. And again, point blank, hell no, don't pay for that ticket. You take that boy and enjoy that camping and have fun and make him the center of attention and buy him an extra water gun to take home with him to mommy's house.
Then send her half the bill.
Exactly.
And see how quickly she goes, this is ridiculous. And so, so is. More importantly, just buy him everything. Just buy him everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. This is the problem, is if you start acting like this,
Mm-hmm.
y'all are going to one-up each other. You're just going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And before
Like,
you know it, we have a 7-year-old with an iPad, an iPhone, and iMac.
yeah, like, you're going to have this poor little kid
Mm-hmm.
in what is effectively a really ugly custody battle.
Right.
Like a competition for who loves him more. And more importantly, who's got the fucking receipts and wants a reimbursement.
Uh-huh.
You're
I
going to go
believe in
broke.
keeping receipts, though.
Do I now?
I believe in keeping receipts.
Oh, I hope he is too.
Like, I'd be
Like,
hitting
this
star
is...
4 every time that phone rings and I see it's her number.
Well, because I'm just sitting here having a moment of like, hello,
Mm-hmm.
you're about to go down a path. And
Right.
it sounds like y'all have had an informal arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to guess there's an informal arrangement. Like, no one went to court. There hasn't been lawyers involved. This has just been a good faith handshake. Like, we're intelligent adults with a child. We can do this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to go to court and make this into a thing.
Right.
But instead, like, she started down, or at least her current husband is starting her down a path that it's like, no, 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 no. You don't want to go there, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how you end up with some effed up custody arrangements, because when the court has to decide how to cut the child in half,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't pretty.
And I'm just wondering something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, and there were some comments made on this one, is that technically, like, if you intentionally exclude a child from a family vacation, technically that can be considered abuse.
Right.
But it does depend.
Okay, so it's $109 a day.
For Disney, yeah. Like, Disney's not cheap.
No. I was just
Like,
wondering what the price was.
yeah, well, and then that's like, then there's like Fast Pass, then there's like this, and then there's this other thing, and then there's like, you can add on, you make it real expensive real quick. I never personally, like, I got to go to Disney as part of a school event,
Mm-hmm.
like 2 whole days in Disney, and one of them was like required wearing a wool marching band uniform. But yeah, and everything is expensive.
Right.
Nothing is cheap.
Right.
And it is all like one giant advertisement for small children.
Right.
Like, it is the most magical place on earth if you have the money.
Well, here's the thing, though, and I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I've never wanted to go to Disney. I would rather go to Salem. I would rather go to Six Flags Over Georgia. I would rather go back to Hershey Park. I would rather go to Dollywood. I would go to Disney.
I've been an easy, I was like really truly the easy kid. Like, I just want to go where there's water.
I know.
Like, you can take me to a pool, you can take me to a lake, you can take me to a beach. Like, I'm low effort and energy. I wasn't really, and like, Dad didn't take vacations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he really didn't. The closest that like I got as a kid, because Dad had multiple bad vacations.
Mm-hmm.
The one and only time I remember of my childhood that Dad took a vacation, he took a whole week off work. We went to Moncove Lake. Mom was tired and said, I'll get up in the morning and go to the grocery store. I'm too tired tonight for us to stop. And he said, okay. And we went on up to the lake and went to bed because it was late. And she got up the next morning and drove from Moncove Lake to Union, West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And on her way, and I forget if she even made it, I don't think she even made it to the store. She got rear-ended and ended up being transported to the hospital because her head hit the steering wheel with enough force to pivot it.
Right.
And briefly knocked her unconscious. The story I remember. Yeah, that was it. Dad was done. We went home.
Right.
The most I ever got as an actual vacation, plus I learned to fish that weekend, it was bad. Because Mom went to the store. Dad took me to go learn how to use my Snoopy fishing pole. And so in addition to Mom got a concussion, I hooked Dad.
Hey,
Right to the lip.
You caught a fish.
I caught something. I set that hook beautifully though. Yeah, it was a bad day all around for Dad. That was his vacation. He spent less than even 24 hours at Moncove Lake, and he took a fishing hook to his lower lip or his upper lip, I forget which. Anyway, he took a fishing hook to the lip, and his wife got into a horrible car accident.
Right.
It was a bad day.
Right.
So, yeah, that was it. The closest I got to other than that is we went to the lake for a weekend. Or Dad was working on a job site out of town for the summer, and Mom and I would go down for the summer. And so, I got enrolled in swimming classes. We went to the zoo. Don't ever ask me to go back to Ashboro Zoo. It's pretty, it's gorgeous, it's wonderful. My dad built part of it. I can't stand the damn place.
Right.
I've been to Tryon, North Carolina. I have been to Newmarket, Virginia. I have been a few different places. I have seen everything there is to see. I technically started school out of I started school out of town because Dad was wrapping up a job. So kindergarten me had 2 schools.
Well, again, vacations are vacations. I don't normally take them. We will be taking one sometime this year or next year, and we will pre-warn everybody.
I'm just curious how it works out for you, because we haven't really taken a vacation yet.
We've taken a kidnapping.
We've taken a kidnapping. We haven't done a full vacation. It's an official vacation. Officially, we have declared a vacation. We have said the word vacation. We have booked a vacation. Done a vacation. We have not done that yet.
No.
And I'm
Shannon says she moved to Mexico, we can use her couch. No, honey. If you move to Mexico, we're going to be working on citizenship, because that is, the thoughts of living in Mexico, if the internet is half as good as the United States is, $300 I can have a maid, another $300 I can have an assistant, and I can have all year long. This sounds like a plan for me.
It sounds like how I die. But anyway, I'm just saying.
You look just perfect.
I'm sorry. I am too white for foreign countries. I am just a walking billboard for tourists. I'm gonna get my ass kidnapped. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just saying. It's what's gonna happen.
Fiber net, though, darling.
Well, still, I could not go outside. That's an option.
Like you know.
See, Shannon's with me. You and me both, Joe. I'm sorry. I think that for some parts of the world, I just scream fucking tourist. Fucking American tourist, gonna be fucking kidnapped. Yeah, I can go to the UK. These are my people. They're not gonna kidnap me. They're gonna ask me where local shit is, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
Hey, UK is interesting. Canada, I've been eyeing Canada for a while since I went there. I loved that business trip. All right, so moving on to relationship advice. Get the second one.
Shannon says, we'll be chubby buddies. Hold the other down so the kidnappers can't get them. Well, I am chubby enough that I am harder to kidnap, but still, I'm the dumbass who will probably follow you towards the van. Like, you have candy. I've done dumber things in my life. All right.
Again, they'd return you with a refund.
I don't know. Have you ever had the horrible realization that I had this point in my life where I realized, and this sounds so bad, please don't hold it against me, guys. But like, I had this moment, I was like, I'm a little offended I was not more sexually attractive to pedophiles. Like, I should have been such an easy kidnapping. Like, yeah, I'm big, but I would have gone willingly. Like, shit.
Well, again, they'd refund me with interest and deliver you back.
Oh, yeah. There is that.
Of course, we might get sued for therapy.
Well, that's true. Oh. Brenda's dying over there. But yeah. My kids walk up to my car like, you got candy and puppies? I could see your kids doing it. They probably do it now just to fuck with her. I love it. It's great.
On to relationship advice. Let's get serious.
I can't.
Yes, you
can. So the second one or the first one?
The second one.
Okay. Whew. Oh, I was not prepared. All right. So do you split rent with your partner based on income? My boyfriend Larry, 27 male, and I, 26 female, have officially lived together for a few months. Prior to this, Larry stayed primarily at my place for about 3 months while still paying rent at his other space. We decided that once his lease was up, it made sense to not renew and just move into my place. Prior to him moving in, we discussed finances and splitting rent. Splitting rent 50-50 would be $1,009 per person. Initially, Larry said this was great because it was only $9 more than his last place. During month 1, his old landlord claimed that he left significant damages to his room, withholding about $3,000 of deposits and additionally charged him $3,000 in damages. Turns out that she has done this in the past and has several charges for financial fraud. He's in the process of suing her for the money and asked to not pay rent the first month, which I said, of course. I understood he was expecting that money back and it was a no-brainer. A few weeks before he moved in, I started a new job. This raised my base pay from $62,000 to $135,000. My boyfriend makes $75,000 base pay. We both work in sales and are also able to make more with commission. Months 2 and 3, Larry paid his share of rent. This month came around and I realized over a weekend that I didn't receive his half. I casually asked him about it and he said he wanted to pay based on income level, which would be a 70-30 split. My initial response wasn't great. I am still a little confused as our split is very close to what he was paying at his last place. I asked him to elaborate a bit more to help me better understand. He said that he realized these past few months that he has been pulling from savings in order to go out and go on trips together. I told him that we could and would be cutting back as we only have one more trip for a concert. I also said that I don't want to stress him out moving forward and that we should make an annual travel budget for the next year to help both of us. I'll admit a bulk of our trips were during the summer. After some more questions, I discovered that he started reevaluating his financial situation after I closed a large deal. In the next 3 months, I should receive a check for about $35,000 to $50,000, which I plan on using for a house down payment. He shared that he has felt guilty these past few weeks due to feeling jealousy of my deal and also jealous of my pay. I know that if he got a new job, he would be able to get the same compensation and have been encouraging him prior to these conversations to apply for new jobs. He also shared that he was upset that he was taking from his savings and not contributing and was frustrated that he was not yet a homeowner. He's often shared that he should be one by now, and I can tell this deeply upsets him. In the meantime, he feels that splitting rent 50-50 isn't fair due to our income disparities. He wants to split 70-30, which I've personally never done with an ex, even when the ex made more than I do. I love him and I want him to feel comfortable, but I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable because our 50-50 split is almost identical to his last rent. I told him I understand spending for both of us has been higher than normal due to trips and suggested we sit down to build out a budget for the two of us for dates, trips, etc. How would you split rent in this situation? Please be kind. I am really trying to learn from an outsider's point of view here. So there's updates, and I don't know that we want to get into those just yet.
No.
Or do you? Like,
No, we'll wait. We'll talk about this because we face this all the time.
mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts?
I'm a big fan of the 50-50 split by income.
Right.
Like, 50-50 can be hard, and generally it's exactly how it works out if you have identical incomes.
Right.
If, it's a situation where she's making 65 and he's making 65, then it's still 50-50. But when you get into a situation, potentially, where one of you is making vastly more than the other,
Mm-hmm.
that can get ugly if you still try to literally 50-50 split.
Right.
In that you're going to be opening up more disposable income for one,
Right.
and dramatically reducing disposable income for the other.
Mm-hmm.
So that you're not having an equal experience of like being able to lifestyle
Right.
where you ought to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get if you're with a roommate and you're renting a $2,018 apartment, which is what this sounds like,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, you chose to be part of a $2,018 apartment.
Right.
So you should pay half that rent. That's your roommate.
Mm-hmm.
In a relationship, you don't really get to choose so to speak, where you live.
Right.
Like, that's a decision you make as part of a relationship, as part of a couple. And it does have to take into consideration what both of you make.
Right.
And where both of you are comfortable. And again, it kind of goes back to, I think, the 50-50 split by salary
Mm-hmm.
makes the most sense. Now, where it can get a little ugly
Mm-hmm.
is if you're talking about, like she is, commission-based pay.
Right.
Because they can swing wildly in both directions.
Right.
Where 1 month that, it's kind of hard to take the commission into account.
Mm-hmm.
Courts don't do it for child custody generally because it is so variable. Do you really want to go to court for every paycheck? Because you don't know what it's going to be. 1 month maybe gangbusters, and then 6 months are crap.
Right.
Base pay.
Well, and this is why I've always liked this one. You take your base pay of each party, combine it, then divide it out. It may be 43-22, 45%, 15%,
Mhm.
wherever it's at.
Yeah. Well, and I still think that to some degree, what generally happens, and I'm not saying always,
Mm-hmm.
but generally what happens is typically the spouse that earns more ends up wanting more, which is natural and to be expected. Like, I don't think anyone, begrudges that. That, if you're making $35,000 a year, there's only so much rent you can afford, and you live where you can live.
Right.
When you're making $135,000 a year,
Mm-hmm.
you got choices. You can choose where to live, and you may choose better than where you could have lived at 35.
Right.
And I would assume you would. Now, but the other part of it, and I see where she's getting stuck, is that, like, honestly, $2,000, and I'm assuming there's like a weird split here, because it looks like her rent was like $2,000, and he was paying 50% and sharing a place of $2,000.
Right.
So like his half of the rent was literally only $9 of what he was paying. And I get where she's stuck there, is it's not like they've made major life changes.
Right.
So yeah, I kind of I get where she's at and why she's having trouble with this. Like, why do you want me to pay more when you are already basically paying the same? Like, I'm sure she would just give him the $9 and be like, what the fuck ever, I don't care.
Right.
Like, cut me a check for $1,000, I'm thrilled.
Right.
$9 isn't going to kill us. Like, buy me a rose. You know what I mean? Like, just whatever. Buy me a Starbucks. Like, it's not the end of our relationship.
Exactly. Now, when we moved in together into one unifying household, now we have 3 incomes in the household. We've come into these problems before.
Okay, sorry. You broke up a little bit.
Well, I was prompting you to tell how we handle it. Because that's what they're looking at, is how other people handle things.
Yeah, I mean, ours is a little weirder, though.
Yeah.
Like, both of our incomes are highly variable. Like, 2 out of 3 incomes in this household are highly variable. Like, there's no guarantees.
Right.
There's hopes and there's like general ideas. But like, you could have an awesome night or an awesome weekend, and that may pay our bills for the month.
Right.
Or it may take all month just to hope to get there.
Right.
With mine, like, I have some fixed clients that every month there's a payment. And I know that money should be there. Like, sometimes there's a little variability, like they forget to pay or whatever, like send you reminders, whatever. But generally speaking, I know what I'm getting each month.
Right.
But then with the repair work, like, that could be anything.
Right.
Like, that might be a couple of little $20 jobs. That might be, 3 months to finally bill out like $900 to a client.
Right.
Like, there's no telling. It could be anything.
Right.
Like, it fluctuates drastically.
Right. And invisible assistance income still is in fluctuation. He made 12 hours this week, 32 next week. There's no guarantees. What we do is we do it in 2 different forms. Where he gets a stabilized paycheck, we say 45% goes to the house account.
Yeah.
Which is the national average that you should be able to, even though it's not real, according to accountants, $45% of your income should go to your bills.
Right. Well, And considerably, that's not really that bad. Because that's like, here's your rent, here's your utilities, here's your food, here's your cell phone bill, here's,
Right.
like, it's not bad.
Right. But
Like,
he was, and then, for me, most of my money goes either in my business or into bills. And what you have extra goes into the household account. So we pool our money, but we're not sitting here nickel and diming each other to death because it's annoying.
yeah, no, I'm like, well, and in general, like, there's some things I'm just like, that's not worth my frustration.
Yeah.
Like, it's like can we just tell the story
Yes.
of you going to the store tonight?
Yes, go for it.
So he's waiting on a deposit, and we forgot to buy chili somehow. I swear to God we bought it. He swears to God we bought it. We can't find it. We were having hot dogs with chili for dinner. So anyway, waiting for deposit, whatever. He's like, do you have $5? I'll just go get chili. And I said, sure. And while you're there, can you pick up bread and orange juice? Okay, so he takes off to the store, and he goes to the store, and this is fine. I'm fine. Life's great. $5. Don't give a shit. In my head, I took the, because he always asks for more than he needs anyway. It's like a can of chili is not $5. He'll probably pick up something else, but whatever. I don't care. It's $5. I get the most frantic call as he is standing in the middle of the bread aisle, and he is just exasperatedly explaining to me that the cheapest loaf of bread I can find is $2.99.
No, the cheapest loaf of bread was $4.99.
Okay, whatever. And I'm sitting here going, yeah, I'm starting having this moment. Like, did he have a fucking stroke? Like, why the hell is he calling me about this? Bread costs money. So does orange juice. So does chili. Like, I'm expecting him to spend like $10. Like, he asked for 5. I figure I tacked on 2 items. We're up to like $10. Like, keep it under 20. I'm thrilled. Like, that's where it was. Like, it's not a big deal, but he calls me and he's exasperated. Like, just, he can't breathe. And he's like, but you don't understand. I got the chili and it was 89 cents, and I got the orange juice. It's a half gallon, but it was $2 and something. So I'm already up to like $3. And it kind of, like, I do the math and I'm like, yeah. And your budget was for chili. I added 2 items to your list. I knew the budget grew with it. Like, just get the gallon of orange juice that we buy.
Mm-hmm.
But you seriously, it sounded like you called more so because, one, you were going over budget, of course, or what you thought the budget was. But 2, because, like, I was going to blow up because you bought a gallon of orange juice, a loaf of bread, and a can of chili. And I'm just standing there like, why the fuck are you bothering me?
No, it was a 5-to-1 issue. Normally, if I'm running to the store to buy bread, I pay $1, $1.50, $1.39 sometimes.
Maybe if we remember the last time we bought bread correctly. I'm sorry, bread has been expensive for a while now.
Well, no, because I buy the store brand, the knockoff brand, the on-sale brand. None of those was going on this week. This is not the week to buy bread.
Oh, dear God. There's a bread famine.
There's a oil expense gone crazy.
I'm sitting over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting over here, or standing over here in the middle of our kitchen going, I don't give a shit. Bread in my head is like $4. This is like $3. This is like $1. I had a budget for you of 10. I figured you'd probably buy something on clearance. Whatever, don't care. Try to keep it under 20. I figure it's going to cost like 10.
Right.
What was the grand total when you walked out the door?
907.
High. Like, but you virtually had a come apart in the middle of the damn bread aisle at Kroger.
Yes.
And I'm sitting here going, why?
Because I go to get the chili that's supposed to be $2 for $1, and it's 89 cents a can or $2.39 a can. Fine, I'm cheap shit. Cool. I head for orange juice, and in my head is $2.50 a gallon. I get there, it's $4.99 unless you have the coupon, then it's $3.49. Fine, coupon $3.49. Oh, but the half gallon is actually cheaper. It's cheaper to buy half gallons than it is to buy a gallon. Fine. Go to the bread aisle, go to reach for my bread. It's a fucking there. Homestead Bakery is not on the shelf.
Okay.
Any damn where.
Yeah.
I am like, motherfucker. I'm going to damn lose it. Like, I called you to see if I had lost it.
I'm just standing here going, no, that's what things cost. Like, don't know where you've been. Did you have a stroke? Yes. Like, where have you been? Like, yeah, we hit some sales. Yeah, we get stuff for cheaper. I thought I had gone into the fact that I used to go through a grocery store way back when, and I could tell you roughly how much my cart was worth because every item per item that I put in, I just kept adding 3. I counted in multiples of 3. I figured $3 plus or minus about the average cost of an item in my cart. Now that number's up to 5. Every item I put in the cart, I multiply by 5. So if I got 10 items in my cart, I expect to spend about $50.
Well, since it seems that Optics is not being optimal, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Dr. Shaw was awesome to have back on. He's one of my favorite guests. Do check out his events. The link is in the live chat and will be in your show description. And as always, we want to thank our baristas. They're amazing. Your angel readings will be out tomorrow. The magazine hopefully will be out on Friday.
There we go. And we'll let them swing back around real quick, and maybe the network will hold long enough I can read everyone's name, because we do want to thank each of them. So we do want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Ashley Guest, Shannon C, Shannon D, the ever wonderful Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Dottie the Psychic, Tracy Van, and the Laughing Tree Grove. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become one of our lovely baristas by becoming a Patreon sponsor, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
All right, guys, we will see you Thursday night with coffee and tea.
Will do. Good night.
Good night.
Stacked. You can whisper behind my back. You can show me how the odds are up against me all day long. But I've been through the fire and come out alive, and there's no more fear in my eyes. Oh, now I'm rising, and you can't bring me down. You can't stop me now.